What's the general view from where you stand about the new TV deal?
I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting for the league. I think it shows the overall appeal of the league. I think, from our perspective on the commercial side, when we're out on the global landscape selling the club from a partnerships perspective, I think we see that. And I think if you look at the rights in terms of just the Premier League, but also in comparison to other global sports, you're actually starting to see that price point or the revenue coming in line with some of the other leagues. In fact, if you look at the NFL as an example in the U.S., the television media rights fees that they're generating are still in excess of what the Premier League is generating. So I think as live content continues to be the key for broadcasters, I think it's a good development for the league overall.
What does the club stand on in terms of how that money coming in is going to change the intrinsics of many clubs in terms of anything from sort of transfer fees all the way down to wages?
Yeah, I mean, it's to be honest, it's hard to say. I mean, this just announced a week ago or a week and a half ago or so. So I think it's we would look at from a club perspective. Once everything is kind of settled, then we'll have to take a view on where that ultimately stands, and that's a decision for ultimately for our CEO to make.
When it comes to pre-season tours,
yep.
A number of managers in the summer, not your own manager, sort of complained that logistically it hadn't quite been worked out correctly. They were going this way and that. How much do you liaise with the management structure in terms of when you're trying to organise? As you're going to Australia next year?
Yeah, no, quite a bit. I mean, at the end of the day, touring is an important part of what we do on the commercial side, but the most important part of what happens during the preseason is actually preparing the team for the upcoming season. So, we sit down with the manager, we sit down with the folks on the football side, and we go through a schedule. We go through, where we're looking to go. Ultimately, we typically have a number of different opportunities in terms of where we might end up going, and we build that plan out according to their preferences. So I think Brendan has said in the past that as the manager of Liverpool, he recognizes the importance of a global club going out and seeing its fans around the globe, and so we work very closely as it relates to the schedule and to the plan, and ultimately we wouldn't move forward with any matches without getting the sign off from the manager.
So I mean, how helpful is it that he foresees the commercial opportunity and yet almost appears, if I don't misinterpret you, appears to sort of be quite happy to sort of maybe relinquish a little bit of control?
Well, I think he recognizes the importance. I mean, he said the importance of playing in front of our fans, and a lot of our fans, most of our fans, will probably never get the chance to get to Anfield. So he recognizes that by 2 summers ago going to Asia and Australia, last summer going to the U.S. And then this summer we've just announced the 2 matches in Australia. He recognizes the importance of a global club going out to see its fan base whenever we can. Obviously, there's only a limited amount of time that we have to do that. So, I think that's something that we as a club take on as a responsibility, and it's enjoyable for all of us to be able to go out and see the size and strength and passion of the fan base, no matter where we go in the world.
This season, you've seen perhaps a difference from when you've been here before in terms of the club have been in the Champions League, and you've reaped the rewards of that. What differences have you seen, and how crucial is it that that's something that is maintained?
Well, I think as a club, I think it's been widely said. I mean, that Champions League we're hoping to get back into the Champions League next season, and that's something that as a club, that's an aspiration for us. So, in terms of its impact on an annual basis, I mean, clearly from our standpoint, both from a match day perspective as well as simply from the teams that we're playing, it's exciting. It's a great opportunity for us, and it's frankly where we think where we want to be. But I think the reality is, as it relates to the commercial side, particularly as it relates to partnerships, we're working with partners that are looking at Liverpool not just because of specific matches that we're in, but because of the global fan base that we have. So it doesn't necessarily apply to every single partnership that we have, but it's clearly an important part of where we want to be.
So there's not too much emphasis. I mean, we've seen, I think, for example, if you look at Manchester United's finances, they've taken a bit of a tumble. Okay, they've been in the Champions League for however many seasons.
Yeah.
So there's not too much onus, as far as you're concerned, to sort of be in that echelon.
As it relates to a commercial partnerships perspective, no, the importance is about the size and scale of Liverpool as a club and the ability that we have to activate for our partners.
Okay, Billy, I think that's great.
Great.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.